πορεία. Όμως φέτος ήρθε στην Ελλάδα για να παρουσιάσει τη νέα του κολεξιόν, την Beirut. Ας μας πει περισσότερα εκείνος. Bonjour, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Okay. I'm not saying anything, you're going to ask me things. That's the press conference. Usually nobody says anything, so feel free to ask questions. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Μπορείτε να κάνετε τις ερωτήσεις σας. Δεν θέλω να πει κάτι ιδιαίτερο.
Tell us about your collection.
Well, what do you want to know? I mean, specifically, because it's clothes. Sorry?
What is the relationship of your collection with your music?
With my music?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a relation with the music, but I think that from a creative point of view, I think I'm personally always looking for different areas to be creative, because pop music now is not a creative industry anymore. You know, it's a manufactured, premeditated, everything is the same now. I mean, when I started in music, it was a place where you could really be challenging and, you know, it was a great experience, but I don't think you have that anymore in music. So, from a creative point of view, you're always looking for other ways to say what you want to say, you know, to express your perversity or whatever it is onto the humanity, which is what I try to do. So, yeah, that's why And also I started, before I started Culture Club, I had a shop. So for me, I've gone full circle. I had a shop in Carnaby Street called The Foundry, which is where all the original clothes from Culture Club came from. We used to make those clothes, and then I became a musician and a terrible businessman. You know, it's really about the ideas for me. This isn't some, you know, cynical, oh, I'm going to make loads of money. I haven't made any money out of it since I started it, but it's another wonderful avenue to express yourself. And I mean, you know, in fashion, there's a lot of snobbery, you know, like in music, like in all creative industries. But the great thing about fashion, there are always pockets of resistance. There's always somebody who wants something ridiculous to wear. Wherever you go in the world, you know, there's always somebody, there's always a market for unusual things. And so you have freedom in fashion that you don't have in pop music, you know, because now, as I say, you know, everything in pop music is, you know, people they don't admire you for being unusual, they admire you for being the same. You know, oh, you sound like this. Sorry, I'm really talking too much, sorry.
Θα κάνουμε μια μικρή περίληψη των όσων είπε, για μετάφραση.
Sorry. Tirade. Speak to me.
Is the world of fashion or the world of music?
What's worse or what's better? None of it's easy. I mean, you know, it's. I don't think. I think, from my point of view, I don't think about whether it's easy. You know, life is not easy. You look like me. I mean, my life has never been easy. You know, I've grown up as an outsider. From the age of 6 years old, I was being called Pushti. You know, so to me. Why would I even think about life being easy? It's just not even a question I even consider. No, that's not what I'm looking for, easy, okay. Maybe when I'm 60.
Ακόμα και η ίδια η ζωή δεν είναι εύκολη.
The easy life is not something I'm aware of.
Είναι κατάλληλη ώρα για να μεταφράσουμε τα πάντα.
Πες το όπως το είπε.
I mean, I think, you know, as I say, it's really just about ideas. I mean, that's the thing that stimulates me. You know, I love being able to express myself, and when one area becomes difficult to express myself, then I look for some other area to express myself, you know. That doesn't mean that there's insincerity in what I do, it just means that I'm one of these people that multitask, so I do lots of things. And when, you know, it's interesting because, you know, when I landed last night, I was interviewed and there was like, you used to be a singer, now you're a designer. Well, I'm not my job, you know. So you have to become your job to have some kind of credibility. I just see myself as a creative person, you know, and whatever I've done in my life, you know, when I first made music, the things people wrote about me was so horrible. That's like, they hate me. It just seems to be the thing, you know, in life, there are people that love you and understand what you do, and there are people that just don't understand you, and I don't care about those people. You know, I'm too old to care anymore.
Είναι πάλι έτσι μια ιδέα για να εκφράσω τον εαυτό μου. Πρέπει πάντα σε αυτό που κάνεις να δεις το 100% στη δουλειά σου για να έχεις μια ταυτότητα συγκεκριμένη. Συγκεκριμένα στη μουσική πάλι όταν πρώτα είχα ξεκινήσει υπήρχαν άνθρωποι που με μισούσαν, γι' αυτό υπήρχαν άνθρωποι που αγαπούσαν αυτό που έκανα. Έτσι και σε αυτό που κάνω τώρα.
I think that, sorry, I was saying music and fashion, anything creative, it's about the moment. So the important thing is what happens when we do the show, that's it. This, you know, talking about it, it's like talking about sex. You know, it's much better just to do it, you know. And it's a funny thing, you know, it's like, can you talk about music? It's like, how does it affect other people, you know? And whether it affects people in a good way or a bad way is not important to me. It's the fact that it creates a reaction, you know, and that says, I think how you feel about what I do says more about you than it does about me. Because you can never understand what I'm trying to say. You know, and I've spent my whole life hearing, oh, that's what I was feeling, or that's what I was thinking, oh, that's what I'm trying to do, and it's never right, you know. So for me, the most important thing is, you know, like this afternoon, the fittings, the models, do they look good in the clothes, do they feel good, is it sexy? That's what I want to do, you know, I want to make people excited. Hello?
Do you think that Greek people are some would be your clients?
Yes. There's a few in the front row, I think. I mean, I think that, you know, there, as I say, you know, there are all over the world. There are. The thing about clothing is it's a language. You know, it's a dialect. You know, some people use clothing to say, you know, I fit in, I belong. You know, I'm like everybody else. Most people who buy expensive fashion are just trying to say how rich they are. You know, they buy a £600 handbag, and all they're trying to say is, look at what I can afford. Then there are people like me who use clothing to you know, make people aware that I don't really belong, although I do really, but you know, this idea of being an outsider. So there's so many things you can do with clothing, you know. It is a language, you know.
Πιστεύω ότι γενικώς το να φοράς κάποια ρούχα δείχνουν την ταυτότητά σου. Υπάρχουν βέβαια και άνθρωποι που το κάνουν αυτό απλά για να δείξουν το πόσο πλούσιοι είναι αγοράζοντας ακριβά ρούχα, αλλά η δικιά του άποψη είναι ότι φοράω αυτά για να δείξω αυτό που είμαι.
And also, you know, the people that are the most disparaging about fashion are the ones that are the most obsessed about it. You know, it's like atheists are obsessed with God, you know. That's all they do is think about it.
Η ερώτηση του δημοσιογράφου ήταν αν πιστεύει ότι θα υπάρξουν πελάτες στην Ελλάδα και ήδη είχαμε την πρώτη δήλωση του Τόλου Σκoulariotis, ο οποίος δηλώνει πελάτης.
Θέλω να προσθέσω στη μετάφραση κάποια πράγματα. Trying to add things you said. I'm trying to add things you said that the guy couldn't keep up with.
I'm sorry, I'm too fast.
Ο Boy George στην πραγματικότητα είναι σαν να ξαναξεκινάει από την αρχή αυτή τη στιγμή, γιατί έγινε γνωστός ως τραγουδιστής, αλλά στην πραγματικότητα πριν, 4-5 χρόνια πριν, στην Carnaby Street, είχε το δικό του κατάστημα, λεγόταν Foundry. Εκεί έφτιαχνε ρούχα και από αυτά τα ρούχα έβγαινε στα clubs και έγινε πάρα πολύ γνωστός. Και όπως και οι περισσότεροι του φίλοι έχουν γίνει πάρα πολύ γνωστοί από εκεί πέρα, και του δόθηκε ευκαιρία να έχει ένα συμβόλαιο για να τραγουδάει. Και έτσι έγινε τραγουδιστής. Και τώρα που έκανε όλο αυτό το κύκλο, μετά από τραγουδιστής, μετά έγινε producer, DJ, τώρα ξαναγυρνάει πάλι από την αρχή. Είναι ένας κύκλος. Ο άνθρωπος είναι creative, δεν του αρέσει όταν το ρωτάνε, ας πούμε, είσαι τραγουδιστής, είσαι DJ, είσαι σχεδιαστής. Όχι, ο άνθρωπος είναι απλά creative, θέλει να κάνει πράγματα και αυτό που δεν του αρέσει στη μόδα είναι όταν κάποιος βγαίνει με 600 ευρώ τσάντα, προχωράει έξω και λέει ότι κοίτα με, εγώ μπορώ να την αποκτήσω. Δεν κάνει ρούχα για αυτούς τους ανθρώπους. Κάνει ρούχα για creative ανθρώπους, για ανθρώπους με ιδέες και αυτά.
Ωραίος.
Χρειάζεται ο Boy George να χειροκρότημα από όλους όμως. Από όλους.
Έχουμε άλλη ερώτηση.
Στο μυστήριο και τραπέζι με το Boy George για μένα είναι μεγάλη χαρά σήμερα.
Αυτό είναι ακριβώς η μόδα. Είναι η ελευθερία να μπορούμε να εκφραστούμε με αυτόν τον τρόπο. Ευχαριστούμε.